So, before I go into describing how you make a version of this mod, I want to explain why I won't be releasing this mod publicly. So, as you could probably see in the video, it was really janky. There was a lot of crashes, and some stuff was just not fun. It was a pain in the ass to do a lot of things. Although we had a lot of fun, it would probably just go stale after a while. Another reason is because of porting. Porting codes is just something we can't do in a short amount of time. There's also people that would end up getting banned on Loom5 because they went online with this mod. We could fix it by releasing our own region, but that also takes a lot of time, and we just don't have enough time to do that. We do not have enough time to finish this mod. We wish we did, but it's just not possible to finish it in a good time frame. But with all that out of the way, I'll show you how you can make your own version of this mod. So, the first thing you want is this incrementer. Basically, it does the incrementing of the codes and the randomization. I'll post the PAL version of this code in the description, but this is the NTSC-U version of the code. And another useful code is this value shower. It replaces the timer with the code being activated. You don't necessarily need this, but it's very useful for testing, and it could be used as a strategy to see what code will be activated. Now I'll show you how you can add your own codes. A great site to get some codes would be MarioKartWii.com. Praise Waltrus, by the way. I think I will look in the offline non-item section. Alright, so we'll test with this code by Lewis, an always wheeling code. So, you're going to want to make a random. So, make sure you do not have any codes activated in your Dolphin. In fact, when you're making a random, just go to General and disable cheats. You do not want cheats to be enabled when you make a random. Alright, so, open your game, and then go to this screen. Get out full screen, press no to closing the current emulation, and then you're going to want to pause the game. My binding to pause the game is P, but you can also press the pause button right here, even though it's play for me because I already paused the game. Alright, so you're going to want to enable show debugging UI. So right click and go to memory. You're going to want to export and then dump MRAM. Alright, now it should dump instantly, and it should be documents, Dolphin emulator, dump m1.raw. This is what you want. Alright, so open it with a hex editor. Alright, now just leave that there. You don't need to have the game open anywhere, so just close it. Now go back to Dolphin, and let's add the code. So, properties, go to Gecko Codes, and then let's add a new code. So, you're going to want this template right here. Place these X's with 2 zeros, and go back to the website and copy the code. Paste it here in this line, and copy this and paste it here. And then you're going to want to find the deactivator for this code. So copy these last 6 letters and numbers, and then go to search, go to, and then copy and paste, and okay. Alright, and then this would be the deactivator. So copy this, and then paste it here. And that should be your first code on. Oh, I forgot to put the name. And there you go, that's your first code. Now, let's try to find a second code. For the next code, I'm going to use an always pull mushroom code by Guru. So, you're going to want to do the same process for the other code. So it's kind of slightly different. Add new code, put template, put 001, because this is the second code in the line. And there you go, your second code, but I forgot to add a name again. Alright, now that we got our 2 codes, you can always add more, but for this tutorial, I'm only going with 2 codes. Alright, I haven't modified the Incrementor Code yet, but this right here, these two, this is a 33 from the beta test that we did. But if you're making a new version, you're going to want to modify it with however many codes you got. So you're gonna want to put one extra number if you got like 2 codes. Let's say the always full mushroom code is like value 01, then you're going to want to make this 02. This is the random limit, and yeah, that's just how it works. So save that, and like I said, the value shower is really useful to test, and I'm going to test if it works out now. Alright, turn on back on cheats and dolphin, and then launch the game. Alright, as you can see, I am always relaying. I am not controlling it, and it's just always relaying, and it's making it pretty pain in the ass to control. Alright. Normally, you can't pull a single mushroom in 12th place. At least I think. So, yeah. It appears to be working. Now, let's test if I actually get a normal item. Yeah, I got a shock. That seems about normal. Alright, let's say that none of the codes on MarioKartWii.com fit your preferences. Well, I have a solution for you. Using corruption tools can actually help a lot with creating codes. Despite them sounding like they'll just be unusable to use for this project, the corruption software is just modifying addresses in memory, and you can use them for gecko codes. So I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to want RTC, and you're going to want to install Dolphin in RTC, and then after you install that, I'll show you what you need to do next. So launch the game. So launch a race. Alright, and then glitch harvester. Press the change button, and then press the 0, and then save. Don't use Nightmare Engine. It'll just cause crashes. So here's what I want you to do. Choose Vector Engine. For the limiter list, if you're beginning, I suggest go with math, and for the value, I suggest NOP. NOP is just good for getting decent corruption gameplay codes with the math. Alright, crank the intensity up a bit, but not too high because it'll just crash every time. And then start corrupting until you get an effect you like. So I'll meet you when I get one. Alright, I think I found a code I like. This is... I don't know how to describe this one. Alright, so you're going to want to sanitize this through the effect you want. So, click on sanitize and start sanitizing. Alright. As you can see, the effect is no longer there, so you're going to want to click no. Seems the effect is here now, so we're going to want to click yes. No. It is not here. No again. Yes. No. No. Yes. Right. And now you have isolated the effect. Alright. Now, keep changes. So, copying it is kind of the same, except the value is a little bit different. As you can see, this is what I think NOP is, but in Gecko, that is not what NOP is. Alright, I'm going to save these addresses. So I'm going to close this. Just close out of RTC once you got all the effects you want, and then open normal dolphin. Put in the template, put 02, because this is the third code. Put 04 in both of these spots, and copy this. Paste. For this, put 6000000, and then you're going to want to do what you did before. Put a 3 instead of a 2. Save. It appears I'm a dumbass. I somehow put it in front somehow. I don't know how I managed that, but make sure you don't make the same mistake as I did. And you can see that it appears to be working. Alright, although it may seem that this is perfect, there are some issues, and I'll get to them in a bit. Alright, so I'm going to open this in the blast later without sanitizing. So, you see these codes with like 7 numbers and letters? They just won't work because they reset every race. So you really can't use them because it'll just not work. I don't know if there's like any way around it, but from what I've heard, there's just no way around it. There's also another issue. Potentially, codes may not work on real console, and I'll show you an example of a code that doesn't work on real console in a moment. So, add this creepy pasta mode code, and it just crashed on real console. I'll show you what it did, and I'll probably give you an example of what would and wouldn't work on real console. Alright, as you can see there, that was the creepypasta code in action. Well, You didn't get to see much of it, so I'll just wait until it's active again. Alright, it's active again. As you can see, it's pretty much a visual code, and it kind of makes the game into a creepypasta. But, unfortunately, this code crashed on Real Console. It appears that, like, mostly visual, like, crazy visual codes like this, that, like, change all the textures and shading and stuff, just crash Real Console. So you don't want to add any codes like that, or it'll just crash on Real Console. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. Alright, now you're probably wondering, how do you get this to work on Real Console? Well, I'll show you that. So, there's this awesome website on MarioKartWii.com that lets you create GCTs, which you can use Reocarina and Evolution to load them. I'll show you how you do that. So, first, you're going to want to copy the Incrementor Code and then paste it here. Oh yeah, first you're going to want the game ID. The American ID is RMCE01. So yeah, then add code, and there, it's added. And you're going to want to download a few things. So, you're going to want Revolution. Just go to here, download it, download the latest version, and you're going to want to put Revolution in your apps folder. You're going to also want Reocarina. Just open the zip and just copy it to the root of your SD card. Download the GCT. Put it on the code in the codes folder on the root of your SD card. So, here we are on the Wii U. Oh, you're going to want to launch the homebrew channel. Evolution. Alright, so you're going to want to enable Ocarina codes and AX next frame hook. And as you can see, it is working on Real Console. Alright, and that's the end of the tutorial. There's just some things though. If you're going to make your own version of this, please make sure that you credit the code creators, and you don't need to credit me or Mew, but make sure you credit Scruffy / MKWeeCat, because they're the one that made this all possible, and if we didn't have them, we wouldn't have this. So, yeah. Hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching.